Good morning, YouTube. This is the Samsung Galaxy S5. I've been using this phone for the last 1 month as my daily driver. I think it is a very good phone, and while it has many pluses, it also has a few minuses. So let's get started with the review. The Samsung Galaxy S5 is 142 millimeters tall, 72.5 millimeters wide, and it's 8.1 millimeters thin. In terms of size, I have average sized hands and I find it fits very comfortably in the hand. I definitely cannot use the whole screen holding it in one hand. In fact, sometimes I have to hold it in an awkward position, being careful you don't drop it just so I can reach the controls on top. But size is not an issue, weight is not an issue. It's easy to forget that it's in your pocket, and you never feel that it's too heavy. I don't feel that it's too big, but I'm used to lots of phones this size. And as far as the design goes, many people criticize Samsung's decision to use plastics instead of metal like HTC or the iPhone, but I don't mind the design so much. I think it looks quite good. They've improved the back a lot. It kind of feels rubbery, and I don't mind the styling at all. I like the button placements. I wish they would put the headphone jack at the bottom. Nope, other than that, it's a good looking phone. I'm not gonna criticize how it looks. As far as the feel though, there is a little bit of twisting that you can do. You can hear it too, which you're definitely not going to see with the phones that have metal shells. The screen is a full HD 1080p Super AMOLED, and it's an amazing screen. It's one of the best things about this phone is the gorgeous screen. 5.1 inches. It's a great size. It's big enough that you can comfortably watch TV shows, movies, YouTube videos all day long. The picture is very sharp and the colors are vivid. I love the way the screen looks. I'm a big fan of Samsung Super AMOLED technologies, and these screens keep getting better and better. Some people do think the colors on AMOLED screens are oversaturated. I suppose that's personal preference. I love the way they look. In terms of specs, the SGS5 is awesome. Here it ships with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 MSM 8974 CPU. That's a quad-core processor, 4 Crate 400 cores, which can run at a max of 2.46 gigahertz. It also ships with 2 gigs of RAM. So in terms of hardware, you have lots of horsepower here. There's lots of times you can see where it does feel really fast and snappy, and you get an idea of how good the hardware is. However, I have found there are many places where the software is very slow, and this is a TouchWiz issue. For example, when I want to press the recently used apps, see how long that takes to open up? There's a bit of a lag there. Open. Close. Open. Close. And considering how much I use that, like you use that like Alt-Tab to switch between apps all day long, that lag is very slow. I also find that the camera is quite slow to open. See that? See how long that took? That takes too long. And if I want to switch from the camera view, the live camera view, to actually looking at pictures I've taken, look how long that takes. Wow, it's pretty slow. So that's clearly issues in the software, and I think Samsung should address those, I hope, with future updates. In terms of TouchWiz is getting better. I think their software design is improving. It definitely looks a lot less cartoony than earlier versions. And overall, I think they're doing a good job with improving TouchWiz. It's getting less and less in the way with each generation of phone. And it seems that they are including a lot fewer Samsung apps, a lot less bloatware, which is nice. And then they give you the option to add it all back if you wanted to use it. I still find I don't really use any of the Samsung software, except for now I've started using this S Health application, which is pretty good. The launcher is still, to me, doesn't compare with launchers with other launchers you can get from the Play Store. So I'm still not going to be able to use this TouchWiz launcher. In fact, I was just using it until I finished the review. Then I'm going to switch to another launcher. The battery life has improved on this phone so much. I am really impressed with how long the battery life lasts. I regularly go 24 hours. I found that the battery works so well, I never even look at the battery anymore. As long as you charge it every night, you pretty much don't even care what it is, which is so nice. I forgot how many smartphones, or how common a problem it is that you're always nursing your battery with smartphones. I find with this, with heavy use, I still have no problem going all day, and oftentimes I go even over 24 hours. So battery life, I'm very, very, very happy with. The camera is pretty good, takes really, really good pictures in the daylight. It takes really good pictures if there's lots of light. They've improved the software a lot. The software is very easy to use. On the right, you have buttons for video and still pictures. You can easily take those. You don't have to switch modes or anything. I like that a lot. If you press this mode button, you can choose between some pretty, all of these are ones you probably use, I would think. Auto is the default. You can set it to beauty face for taking pictures of people, panorama for landscapes. You can even do a virtual tour, and you can do a dual camera where you can actually see yourself as well as what you're filming. You can set the camera up to take pictures when you click on the screen, or you can also set it up to take pictures when you click on the volume button. I like that. Awesome. Glad they did that. One thing I really like is you can drag what you want into here, into your menu, and configure your menu like that for the features that you use the most. So I really like the way the menu is laid out. I love how easy it is to use. This phone can be used to take very good pictures, especially if you're shooting in lots of light. In low light, the pictures get grainy, and of course, shooting fast, I don't find that these things are I don't find that they focus fast enough at all. But the burst works the burst is really fast. Check out how fast burst works. Wow. But yeah, good camera. You'll enjoy using the camera. I just wish it was faster. I also like the selective focus feature. It's fun to play with, but it's hard to, you have to be quite the artist and really take your time to use it well and get good shots. Which you can sometimes, but sometimes it's just the software flat out screws up and you can kind of see what's going on. I would say it's a bit of a gimmick. I don't think anyone's buying this phone because of selective focus. One thing I absolutely love is that the camera is 16 megapixels. Megapixels may not matter in a lot of cases, but what I do like is it seriously lets you zoom into a picture that you take from far. Like this particular photo, when I'm looking at it right now, I can tell that the car here has some sticker on the side, but even if I look closely, I can't really make out what that sticker says. However, if I blow it up, if I zoom in, I can clearly tell that the sticker says Carrera. Not only that, now I can make out that there's a sticker on top on the windshield, and I can see that there's a license plate in the front. If I were to move to this picture, you can actually zoom in. Not only you can see that the sticker says Mr. Detailing, you can read the license plate. I love that. As far as video goes, you also have the option of shooting in 4K, which is really nice. That's becoming more and more common. As you can see, UHD. That means 4K. That means lots of storage being used also. But I have to say the quality is absolutely breathtaking. It's pretty unbelievable that a smartphone can take video that's this good quality and looks this great. Okay, some of the additional features that this phone comes with, I'm going to just talk about briefly. It comes with a fingerprint sensor. This fingerprint sensor is garbage. I haven't been able to get better than about a 20% accuracy rate. It's very awkward to use because you have to slide your finger across the sensor. In fact, it's the complete opposite of the iPhone 5S sensor. While I'm so blown away with how brilliantly that sensor works and how much better that system is, this system sucks. I can't imagine anybody relying on this or using it for more than a couple of days. It also comes with a step counter. Some people might find that useful. I guess it depends on your lifestyle. I think these type of things are going to become pretty common in phones, so you know, it's good. It's also got a heart rate monitor. The heart rate monitor works really well. You just place your finger over the sensor like that, and it starts measuring. I like that Samsung is starting to put all these fitness sensors, and I think most manufacturers are going to follow suit. Other features that people might like, you can replace the back and get various, there'll be lots of different aftermarket backs you can use to personalize your phone. You can replace the battery. You can carry spare batteries with you on. Some people find that useful. Also, if the battery completely goes on you after a couple of years, you just buy another battery. You don't have to get the phone serviced. It's got an SD expansion slot, so you can put up to a 128 gig micro SD card in there. That's useful to many people. I'm not a big fan of extra expansion storage like that. You can't store apps in it, and the storage is a lot slower. It really makes the experience is not at all as good as having built-in storage. I think most manufacturers should just include lots of built-in storage. That's what I prefer. But some people will find this as an advantage. A couple other nice things it has. This thing is waterproof, which I think is fantastic. It can you can submerge it in water. Like, I've had other phones die just from like a couple of drops of water going into the phone. This thing, you can literally splash water all over it. You can submerge it in water and it's fine. Look at that. Phone still works fine. Awesome. One thing though is that because of the waterproof thing, you have to keep opening this and closing this cover all the time. Every time you want to charge, you have to pop that open, and then when you finish charging, you have to close it, which is not hard to do, and it's kind of well made, but it's just an additional step. I think what they should have done is they should have included wireless charging. Wireless charging should have just come out of the box, because then you wouldn't have to worry about this. As it is, you still have to buy another cover with the wireless charging hardware built into it. So in conclusion, these are the 3 best things I like about the Samsung Galaxy S5. Number 1, the screen. The screen is fantastic. I love the size of it. I love how spacious it feels, how easy it is to browse, how easy it is to view your photos and videos. It's just a good size. I think 5.1 inch is very close to almost the optimal size for me, and the AMOLED screen just always looks wonderful. It also works well in sunlight. It's bright. Number 2, I like the battery life. The battery charges very quickly with the USB 3.0 charging, and it lasts a long time. They've really improved standby time. They've really improved battery life. And number 3, I like that it's waterproof. It's already saved me a couple of times. The 3 worst things, number 1 is the storage. The fact, like in Canada right now, we can't even get the 32. All we can get is the 16. 16 gigabytes of storage today is just not enough. You can use cloud services as much as you want, as I do. And I don't even download a bunch of media to my phone. I don't have a ton of movies or MP3s on it. I still run out of storage all the time. 16 gigs is just not enough. Even 32 barely cuts it. It should be 64 and 128 standard. That's my opinion. If you get the 16 gig and don't have an SD expansion card, you will constantly be watching your storage. On a monthly basis, you'll probably be clearing things out. In the first 2 weeks I had this phone, it was already full. And I didn't even download much to it. It was just taking videos, taking pictures. Take a couple of 4K videos and you're going to start eating up that storage real quick. Second thing is the lag. It seems to me like Samsung's engineers are not giving enough time and effort on fixing lag, on thinking about the user experience and how every millisecond counts when you're using the phone. I really wish they would fix that so that the camera opened quickly, apps switched quickly. I believe Android gives them all the tools to do that. It's just they're adding all their code on top of it. And number 3, I don't like the fingerprint sensor that you have to slide your finger over. I find it highly inconvenient. So in conclusion, the Galaxy S5 is an awesome phone. I really, really like using it. I think it's a wicked Android phone. The pros, again, the screen, the battery life, and I love that it's water resistant. The cons, in this case, I don't like the 16 gigabyte of storage. TouchWiz still has some lag that I notice. And of course, that inconvenient fingerprint sensor. I think if you're going to be upgrading to this phone from a 2012 smartphone, that's going to be an exciting upgrade and you're going to have a lot of fun with this phone. If you already have an S4 or an HTC One, I don't think the changes to the S5 are enough to merit an upgrade. Okay, if you like this video, please remember to press the like button. Also, let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see, what other phones you'd like to see reviewed. And remember to press subscribe so you know when new videos come out in the channel. Thank you for watching.